Welcome to Hall H.
I'm a virgin here. I've never been to Comic-Con before. This is a big room!
Don't worry, we will be gentle.
And I'm a virgin.
Not with that sexy hair, you're not Adam Scott, you delightful looking son of a bitch. First of all, to me, this feels so much of movies that I loved when I was a kid. Obviously, it seems super messed up and there's adult themes, but starting with you, Tony, how was it presented to you? Did you read the script? Did you sit down with Michael? And how did you get involved?
I was sent the script and a very impressive package about how the world would look and how it would unfold. And who Krampus was. I didn't know who Krampus was. I'd never heard of this evil nemesis of Santa Claus. I read the script and I was so kind of impressed because it's so wonderfully blended a lot of different genres, because it looks like a very scary movie, and believe me, it's horrifying, but it is very funny. For the first half an hour, it feels like a couple of dysfunctional families in a John Hughes comedy, and you have no idea that the horror is about to descend. And it's just a wonderful combo of unexpected, intense stuff. Emotional, funny, like more than I thought it would be.
But also there was, I saw Dave Koechner in there. I mean, it's like where the worlds of like comedy and horror sort of intersect. It seems like the perfect.
I think they're the same. I mean, when I watch a horror movie, I'm laughing most of the time. So
yeah, I don't know if they're supposed to happen most of the time. Adam, how did you get involved?
Well, before I read the script, Mike wanted me to sit down with him so he could sort of explain the world before I read the script, which I think was a good idea because it was called Krampus. So he wanted to just sort of explain it, and I'm so glad we did that because we just sat and talked about Amblin movies for like 2 hours. We talked about Gremlins and Goonies and Poltergeist, and I went home after this meeting and just watched Poltergeist in the middle of the afternoon because I realized I hadn't seen it in, I don't know, 20 years or something, and was... What?
That's pretty good.
Yes, that is excellent. I just peed myself because that brought it all back. And I was just so impressed by, yes, how scary it was, but how character-driven it was and how funny it was. And that's what Mike was going for. And then I read the script and was just impressed by how much he's kind of carrying the torch of those sort of character-driven kind of horror films from the 80s that everybody could enjoy. And all the practical effect. I mean, Weta did all of the creatures for this movie.
Yeah, we're very practical. Lots of monsters on set for these guys to deal with. I got to attack Tony with a puppet, which was probably one of my favorite parts of the process.
That's right.
Yeah.
And why was it?
Sick bastard.
Why was it important for you to? Because I know the fans appreciate. Because it is, CG. It definitely has its place.
Yeah.
The business obviously relies too heavily on it sometimes. And so, what made you decide that you were going to try to tackle this? I mean, it's a whole other dimension when you bring in practical effects. Why was that important to you?
Well, just to be clear, we are doing both. So we have a lot of practical effects, but we do have digital effects. Because I do believe in sort of the hybrid approach. But with our creatures, I wanted to build puppets so that I could actually attack our very talented actors. But erase out the rods, erase out the wires, but when you actually see a teddy bear spring to life and attack them, I wanted it to feel tactile and real, and give them something to react to. Plus the slime looks so much better when it's real.
Yeah. Do you right away kind of get a sense of what the Krampus is, or is it sort of just you sort of seed it out throughout the movie?
We like to tease them. I mean, even the piece that you saw, we show a hoof, we show a hand, but I don't think it's a good idea to reveal your creatures too much or too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have a cast like this, where everyone's super funny and has the ability to play comedy, are you riffing on set a lot, or is it like, no, we have to stick to the story because we have to get to the...
Oh, there's riffing. You cannot stop this guy and David Koechner.
No.
A 2-minute take turned into a 20-minute take, and it was hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, Mike just kind of let us play around a bit, and during these big family dinner scenes, we also had a bunch of kids on the set, And it was just a set of this suburban household, and we're all in there for 2 months together. So by the time we finished shooting, we were a functioning, dysfunctional family, actually feeling like we were living in this house. And all of these monsters were actually trying to kill us.
Yeah. There was a point where we had babies, toddlers, dogs, all the adult characters, 8 different kinds of creature puppets, and I don't want to give it away, but in a living room set, I had 6 or 7 different puppeteers, the entire cast.
Yeah, it was a fucking
It was a
nightmare.
lot. Yes.
Now, just as we're sort of winding this down before we get into the next section, why is it important for people? Like, what would you want people to know about this movie? Is there some personal experience that you have, or what's something that you want them to? Because again, not a lot of people are familiar with Krampus
Right.
in America, so when they hear that word, they're like, Krampus, what? So why is it important for people to see this movie around December?
I think it's a kind of movie that is very scary, but up until it gets scary, it's as if you're watching a vacation movie or Parenthood or something. It's a really character-driven, fun family dramedy, and then all of this stuff starts happening to these people. It's an incredibly grounded, fun, intense ride, and I think it's the kind of movie we actually haven't seen in quite some time. And I think Mike did a really brilliant job at bringing this kind of movie back.
Tony, what was your favorite part of it?
Cannonballing into fake snow, which kind of felt like Jello/quicksand.
We did. We had to shoot in this fake snow that was made out of rubber. Is that what it was?
I don't know what it was, but it was
You
dangerous.
probably don't want to know.
You get stuck in it.
yeah.
You
You
can't
could sit
move.
in it. I realised I'd been standing for so long, I was tired, but I couldn't get out because it was suctioned into it, and we were trying to walk through it. It was kind of
Yeah,
exhausting.
we would have-
And then I realised I could just sit in it. It was so stiff.
The kids loved it. Yeah.
The kids loved it.
So Krampus comes out in December,
December 4th.
December 4th, and any last words before we let you guys go?
Merry Christmas!
Merry Krampus.
Merry Krampus! Ladies and gentlemen, the cast of Krampus, well, some of the cast of Krampus,
Thank you very much.
Matt Dougherty. Thank you for coming.